guys, Uber Sydney. So I think everyone got the Christmas email with the 10% GST gift that we got for Christmas. What great timing by Uber to give its drivers another slap of GST on top of the GST that we're already paying. And we're supposed to applaud them that they seem to think that we can just claim it back and there's no problems. No, it's not that simple. So why, the question that all of us are asking, why is the rider not paying the GST? And why are we being slapped with it? It's because they don't want to tick off their riders, obviously. They want to keep the riders happy, and they know that they can leverage their drivers. Well, to a certain extent that's true, and I'll tell you why. Because their business model is based on the fact that we're disparate, that we aren't united in any way. We come from all walks of life and have different expectations and different reasons for driving with Uber, whether it be part-time, whether it be just on after work for a couple of hours, whether it be full-time. There's no unity in direction and objective. So that's how the Sydney market is to me. How do I make that assessment? I mean, for a few different reasons, but one of them is I try to create a mailing list. I have had a good response to that, but the turnout hasn't been great, to be honest. And to me, that suggests a couple of things. Sydney is a very busy city, and we all have a lot of commitments, and we can't always make it. But on top of that, there's also, well, how committed are we to creating something that's a little bit bigger than the meetup? The meetup was for me a test to see if I can help take it to the next level. The next level would be to have, get people into actual proper meetings for drivers where we would discuss the issues. We'd have minutes. We would report back on those issues. We'd select delegates. We'd draft letters that we would send to Uber management. Our delegates would be our representatives who would actually speak face to face with Uber and talk to them about what's causing issues for us, about their business model and their plans for the future, and that if they want us to be a part of that plan, then they're going to have to be much more respectful and two-way communicative in the way they deal with drivers. I see that's a long way off unless suddenly, miraculously, a whole bunch of you watching this video decide, yes, I want to organize all of that. Well, yeah, it takes quite a few steps, and if that happens, well, I'd be surprised. Pleasantly surprised, of course. So, long story short, I would suggest the first course of action is, if anyone's asking themselves, so what do we do, about all this really very unjust decisions made by the state government and by Uber? Well, we do need to draft a letter, and we do need to send that to Uber management and say to them, these are our objectives as drivers. We're united. These are the things we've experiencing, and this is what the outcomes we desire and we want. We're happy to negotiate those outcomes, and if we cannot reach an agreement that suits both drivers and Uber, then drivers will need to take other more drastic measures and actions to make our point and our voices heard. That's how it is in this game. There's two sides to everything. It takes two to tango. So but I see them as wanting to negotiate because they don't want people striking. If we are so united and they can see proof of that, and otherwise it's an empty threat. If it's just one or two of us or 10 of us, and it won't make a difference to them. But if we're a whole group of drivers and we're just saying, you know what, we're just not going to drive this whole week or a whole day or something like that, these are the kinds of things that make them move and go, okay, we need to respond to this. So that's my 2 cents worth. I don't think I'm going to be quite cynical about it. I really don't think much will come from it because I've been making these videos for some time now. I haven't advertised at all on my page, and I have had a few subscriptions here and there, which is great, and I really am grateful for everyone watching and listening to what I have to say. So, it's a lifetime of experience for me that sort of made me a more cynical person. But if something does come out of this and I can be a part of it, then I'd happy to be. If nothing does, well, we're just going to have to cop every little thing that we get from Uber in terms of this GST, double GST whammy, and so on and so forth. So it's just going to keep happening. Feel free to write down your thoughts, but in the end of the day, I think we need to really get people who are willing to be more active within the Uber driver community and come together and talk about these issues in a more productive way. Anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll still say Uber on because that's what we got to do. We just got to keep carrying on, and we've got to put food on the table for our families and do all the other things we do. I'm still on with Bitcoin, and there's a lot of stuff that that's coming out with Bitcoin. It's an amazing branch off and escape from this monetary system that we're locked into. So I'll update on that down the line if anything interesting comes up. See you later, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe.